Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's time for a new Shop My Stash. I'm gonna go through what was in last month's basket and then I'm gonna choose some items for this month's basket. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently again for this month. I'm trying to keep Shop My Stash really interesting for myself. Over the last couple of months, before this last month was great, but before that I was really starting to get bored with Shop My Stash. It makes me feel limited, which is so stupid because I don't limit myself just to what's in the basket, but I do feel a certain amount of obligation to use what's in it. So I've been trying to switch it up in the way that I do Shop My Stash to keep it interesting for myself, to make sure I'm using different products within my collection, but also giving myself sort of creative liberty to do what I want because makeup is supposed to be fun, right? For me it is anyway. So last month I had 3 palettes in my basket and a couple of singles and a couple of lippies. So I had the ColourPop Lippie Sticks in Aftershock. I love this. This was new to me at the time. I have loved this all month long. This will definitely be a go-to product for me. I would certainly like to pick up more of these in the future. If ever I do another ColourPop order, I would definitely buy these Lippie Sticks again, as well as the Super Shock Shadow that was in my basket. These were real winners. Loved them. Super easy to work with. Stay on really well. Love them so much. I also had the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Rubino. To be very honest, I only wore this once. I don't wear dark colors like this all that often, but it did look really nice, and I got a lot of compliments. I had also included the Ace Beauty Glimmer Shadows, which are very similar to the ColourPop formula, so I used sort of those 3 very frequently throughout the month. Really enjoyed them. Again, I'd like to have more in that sort of formula. I had the Violet Voss Essentials palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I actually used this for 1 whole week exclusively, and I love this. There's so much that you can do with this. There's only 10 colors. I had to count them like an idiot. There's only 10 colors in here, but there's so many different color combinations you can do. I have it on my eyes today. Really enjoyed this. The ColourPop So Jaded palette has instantly become a favorite of mine. I love everything about this palette. There's nothing about it that I would change. I love it so much. There's just so much you can do with this. There's so many colors, so many textures. They all perform beautifully. They all blend beautifully. This is everything that I would want in a large palette like this. I could do another month Shop My Stash with just this palette and come up with a different look every time. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. Now, Norvina. If you watched my last video, you know this was a big deal that I bought this for myself. It was in my shopping cart on Sephora for just a long time, probably close to a year. I talked myself out of it for an entire year, and then I decided for my birthday that I was going to treat myself to this. And then I dropped it on the floor. So it was a really sad day. I did a good job kind of keeping myself together. That was one of those moments where I could have really lost it. It was an expensive palette. I waited a long time to get it. I had only used it like twice when I dropped it. And of course, the reason to buy the Anastasia shadows is for the shimmer shadows because they're so soft and so buttery. But because of that, they break instantly. So the colors, these 2 in particular, and this one as well, just completely came out of the pan and crumbled everywhere. So I sat there with a business card, scooping them back into the palette and pressed them in with my finger as best that I could. Yeah, and then I really didn't want to use it after that. It became like a really sad thing. So, do I regret buying this? Maybe. Before I broke it, okay, so before I broke this palette, this has become like a confessional video. Before I broke this palette, I was so excited to get it. I had my hopes up so high, and I had seen so many people say like the Anastasia formula is their just absolute favorite, die-hard, best of the best formulas they've ever tried. So I had very high expectations going in. And to be quite frank with you, I prefer this palette. I find it easier to work with. I think it blends easier. I don't get as much fallout. I just think that this is, and I'm a professional, so like, I don't know. I just think, anyways, if I was gonna break one, I'm kind of glad it was this one, but all that to say, I dropped this palette today from the same distance, and nothing happened. So it's just ironic to me that it was like the really expensive palette that I like hummed and hawed about for so long was the one that I dropped, and it just instantly shattered. So this isn't going to go back in the rotation this time. I just need a little time to get over my loss. It's still like I can still use all the shadows that are in there, but I'll be hitting pan on those shimmer shadows almost immediately because they're very loosely pressed back into the pan, and I lost a lot of product. It was a very, very sad day. So that's all I have to say about that palette for now. So for this month, let's move on from the sad feelings that I have about that. So for this month, what I thought I'd like to do, I thought about pulling some like seasonal palettes, pull some things that are very fall because it is November and there's not a ton of time left in the fall season. But what I really want to do is focus on some lippies. I have a lot of lipsticks, no secret, but I have a lot in my collection that I'm sort of either are they okay to use still, like have they dried up? Are they formulas that I still like because I'm finding that my tastes have changed a little bit. I'm really getting away from the very dry liquid lip formulas. And there are also some fall colored lipsticks that I haven't had a chance to really use as much as I want, that I want to use before fall is over. So I think this basket is going to be a lipstick basket. What do you guys think about that? Could be fun. I don't know. Not necessarily all bold colors, but there will probably be a fair amount of bold colors. So what I'm going to do is kind of pick up my baskets as I go here and pick out some colors that I just haven't worn in a while. Okay, so these are liquid lipsticks. I have a few more over here. We'll get to those. But we're going to start with this basket. There's a long blonde hair in it. So sorry. We'll start with this basket. So we're not going to put in... We're not going to put in my newest two Stila ones because I have worn them, but I have been sort of wondering about my Stila minis. I got these in a holiday set. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. So I don't know if these would have dried out by now, if they're still okay to use. I don't think we're going to put Perla in there. It's way too light, but we're going to put in Serenata and Patina. I'm going to put those two in. Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in Stepping Out. This is a mini size. I got this in an Ipsy bag. This one is very close to drying out. It's not expired, but it's on its way to being dried out, so I'd really like to use this up. How satisfying would it be to use up a liquid lipstick? That's the mission. This Ofra one, this is the color Verona. It's a really nice autumn sort of tan nude color. So I'm going to pop that in. This is my wedding lipstick. I have been married for 6 years. So this is MAC for Keeps. This is their Pro Longwear lip color. I don't know. I mean, it smells fine. So I'm going to try it out and see if it's any good. If it's not, it's probably time to get rid of it. Okay, Kat Von D. Do I like this? I don't think so. This is the color Lolita. I think that was like her most popular liquid lipstick color. I don't think that I like this, but I'm going to put it in the basket so that I can be sure. If I don't, I'll pass it along. So that's it out of that little basket. This one here is lip glosses, and I did want to pull two out of here that are like pretty opaque in color, so they could be worn at work with a lip liner. So this is the color Night Owl. And you can see it's like about half gone, so it would be nice to use that up. And this is the color Muted Mauve by e.l.f. This is their Glossy Gloss. Now I'm going to pull my big lipstick thing out from over here. I have the Trestique Prime and Color Lip Glaze in English Rose. Comes like this. I like this. I've worn it before. I like combining it with lip glosses and lip liners. I don't love it on its own, so I'm thinking maybe paired with this one might be nice. I am going to put the Bite Beauty Matte Lip Crayon in Glacé. That's what I have. I like hit myself in the tooth. That's what I have on my lips today. I've been really, really liking this, so I'm going to throw that in there. It's a good color for this time of year. I'm also going to throw in the Trestique Mini Matte Lip Crayon in Florence Fig. It's this kind of a nice nudie color. I'm kind of putting in a lot of neutrals, a lot of browns. I don't wear a lot of brown, but this is the time of year that I would, so I want to get use out of these things. I have this Ofra liquid lipstick in the color Havana Nights. I am uncertain if I've ever worn this, so we're going to put that in the basket. What else? I'm going to put 5 of the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipsticks in here. These would be like my favorite fall colors in that line. I've got, hold on, I'm trying to get them in my hand so you can see them all at the same time. So there's like a couple of nudes, a red, a more sort of like a, what would you call that? Almost more like a brick kind of a red, and then a berry tone here. Those are all good fall colors. I just feel like I've been wearing the same 5 or 6 lipsticks over and over that have been in my purse kind of bumping around, so I'm trying to pick ones other than those 5 that I want to get some use out of over the next month. And then definitely some of my favorites from Urban Decay. So I've got the After Dark. This is old packaging. It's like a really deep sort of berry color. I've got Back Talk in case I want something a little bit more nude and a little bit more cool toned, because a lot of what's in that basket is very warm toned. I want to do Hitchhike, which is a beautiful sort of brick nude color. One of my favorites for this time of year. And I do have a little bit of a getaway coming up in a few weeks with some friends, so I wanted to throw something really fun in there just in case, and I'm going to do Pandemonium from Urban Decay. It's like a bright, bright, bright purple. So that's it. I've got a basket full of lipsticks. I think this is going to be really fun. This way I can play with whatever eyeshadow palettes I want. I can center a look around a lipstick if I want, or I can pick a neutral to sort of complement whatever I've done on my eyes. I think it's going to be really fun. Looking forward to testing out a few of these formulas, maybe whittling down my collection a little bit because I do have a lot here. I definitely threw in some ones that I know that I love, but I definitely threw in some ones that I'm not sure about. So I'll let you guys know in next month's video which formulas I decided that I love and which formulas are not necessarily my favorites. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it's okay that I've been doing something different with my Shop My Stash over the last couple of months. It's really helped me to keep things interesting and make sure that I'm using all the things in my collection as I should. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!